Okay, so I'm Joan Bosch, and I'm on a diary of a professional tennis coach.
Perfect. Joan, thank you, and warm welcome to Diary of a Professional Tennis Coach. Thank you so much for coming on. We've had to record a little later than we were expecting today because you've been involved in a tornado in Cincinnati. Can you tell us all about it, please? Sounds horrendous.
Yeah. Well, we just left Toronto this morning, and we came with by plane, and well, after we just arrived at the hotel, and then we had this signal in the States with the tornado and everything. But looks is getting better. I saw the matches; they were delayed, but looks everything will be good. So thanks for the wait, and well, happy to be here. I hope my English will be understandable. I guess I wish, and well, ready for a good time.
Well, you're very kind to come on with all that going on. And you are the coach currently of Alex Eala, who's had so much success, particularly in Washington, which is where we met. And I really enjoyed chatting with you there because I chat with a lot of tennis coaches. And when I ask questions, I'm quite curious, as you probably realize. But I like to ask questions, and you answered my questions differently than most people. And you can tell, I can tell, because I've spoken to so many coaches who really thinks deeply about the answer and who's just kind of, agreeing with the question. So I liked some of your answers so much that it's a real privilege to have you on. I'd love to start with where you started tennis, why you became a tennis coach, and your background, if you don't mind.
Yes, sure. Well, thanks for what you said. I started as a coach, a bit I finished my studies. I practiced when I was young in the same academy than Carlos Moya. We were good friends, and we played together. And when I finished my studies, he already was a tennis player. He was injured, and I was supposed to go back home, but he asked me to just travel for a year, because we were friends, not because I was not supposed to be his coach. I didn't really like to travel a lot before, so I said, okay, I go with you, no matter, and we try. And I don't know how it came, but I spent 1 year with Jose Perlas, who for sure everyone knows. He was with Musetti until last month. Then I worked with Jose Gueras, who was in the USTA. And like this until now. I was supposed to do 1 year, but I don't know, it worked. I was with my friend. That also, for me, that's important to travel. You have to travel. It's good to travel with someone who you admire and you appreciate, and you really like the best for him or for her. And I don't really know how it came, but here am I now after many years.
It's incredible. I'm just reading through your profile, and Carlos Moya won, of course, the 1998 French Open title at Roland Garros. Were you with him at the time?
No, I started with him 2000. He won the US Open 98, and he get injured next year, and that's why I started. I started because he was injured. The coach was also coaching another player, and he felt a bit alone on because he could not travel. And after that, I think he was 40 or something like that after the injury. And after that, he could play the Masters during 3 years in a row. He finished like 5th, 7th, and 8th. But that Roland Garros, I went to the final. I was there in the final, but I was not coaching him, we could say.
But just there as a friend, really. He was world number one, wasn't he, Carlos Moya? What did you help him with particularly, apart from just being a friend and a confidant?
Well, with Carlos, we had very good relationship. His parents are like my parents. I was at his place, his home. We were living together. Every weekend I was with them. Like the brothers or the sister he has is also like my brother or my sister. So it was like normal. It was not like a job. No, it was more at the beginning when he came back after the injury. He had the biggest thing is that he wanted to be top 10 again. That was the biggest goal. So that was my main goal at that moment, not to make him believe that he could do it. So that at the beginning was only that. Then more things came, like improving the backhand, improving some other things. But the first goal was to be top 10 again.
And you were a good player. Were you ever thinking about going professional? Did you go professional?
No, well, thanks for the good player, because thank you. No, but I never thought it, because I always wanted to study. I had in mind always to study and to go back home and to work like normal. I mean, I never thought it. I had not that level. I mean, I could try, but it was not my goal, I have to say.
But so you were a good player, but you wanted to go to academia. And I read that you graduated as a PE teacher from, and I hope I'm saying it right, Alberta Jimenez University. And then you became a national tennis instructor for the Royal Spanish Tennis Federation.
Well, when I finished I stopped practicing, I stopped training, and I went to study. I started biology. Okay. I did like 4 years. Didn't finish biology, and I finished after that like teaching. And yes, I wanted to work like on that. It's true that at the same time I was helping some academies. I was doing some classes to get involved, because tennis I like, but more like maybe just to have some money to survive in the studies, not like a pro.
Right, I see. And then you were working at the Balearic School of Sport, and that's where you met Tony Nadal and a young Rafa Nadal. What do you remember of those moments?
No, I met Tony because when I was playing with Moya, we normally play the finals in Baleares in Mallorca or Menorca. Okay. I'm from Menorca, and Tony has some players our ages, and we played against his players. So I met Tony since I was super young, and when I was with Moya, we started practicing. I could say every day with Rafa when we were in Mallorca. So I met Tony before this school. Because Tony, I went to that school because he told me I could help. So after Moya, I went to this school for 5-6 years.
I see.
Before going to the Rafa Nadal Academy.
Yes.
And now with Alex.
So at this point, go back where you first met Tony. Are you now a full-time tennis coach?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And now, enjoying it and being fulfilled?
Yeah. Well, when I started the academy, I was, I'm still, I don't know how to say it. I was a head coach, no? And I started with the boys. And during 3-4 years, I coached some other players, like, for example, Garin and some other juniors. And then I also coached under 14s, under 18s. But in the academy under 14s, the boys and the girls, they practice together. And after 4 years, some girls, they were going in the morning because we were practicing in the afternoon. And I changed from the boys to the girls. And 1 year I was the head coach of the girls. I had 39 girls in the academy. And after is when I met first time Alex. I knew her from the academy, but I was like responsible on her coaches there and everything.
Okay, very good. Let's just, before we talk about Alex, because we'll spend a lot of time talking about her, there's no doubt about that. What did you learn from Tony Nadal? What's your relationship with him now? And what did you think of Rafa in the early days?
Well, with Tony, I learned, I could say is the one who I learned the most, no? But I don't want to say only him. I mean, I learned from all the coaches I worked with. I learned something from them, all of them, since I was practicing as a kid, from Alberto Tou, Joffre Porta, then everyone. I always try to and I'm learning also here in the circuit sometimes. But from Tony is different because Tony is a good friend of mine. We spend many time together. We talk a lot. Every time Alex plays, or the next day we call and we talk about the match, because he tries to watch all the matches. And I know how he worked with Rafa, and I mean, it's a different way of working also, and it works. So I'm super proud and glad to be on his side, because I know he trusts me, and I learn a lot from him. So with Tony, it's kind of easy for me, because we have a bit the similar way of thinking about tennis.
I'd love you to tell me more about that if you're happy to. You said that Tony has a different way of doing things. Could you give us more insight into that?
Well, yes. I mean, different in many ways, but I could say that he's trying to do simple. He's not trying to do many things, but at the same time he has like high standards of he's a demanding coach. So he's able to make it to put it on the court, the player feel it. He's the guy who really controls many aspects of the tennis and looks. He's not like, even though paying attention of some things, but he's there the whole time. He has a method that's important. Being a coach, you need always a method, because if you don't have the method, it's tough to know from where to start.
Yeah.
Also, he has character. He's passionate from tennis. He loves to practice. He could be on court for the whole day. Now he has more things to do, but even though in the academy, when we were in the academy together, Sunday morning at 9, he always texts, "Where are you?" I'm at home. I go to the academy. Okay, let's go to the academy. Tell to some guys to practice, and we call some guys and we practice. So
yeah,
it's more than a way of thinking, a way of living,
Brilliant. Yeah, that's such a good answer. And I think the Rafa Nadal Academy, I'm hoping to go very, very soon, because I'm fascinated with it. But it's a really legitimate academy, isn't it? Where you've got top pros practicing, but you've also got a lot of juniors coming up. When I was young, I went to a couple of academies, including Nick Bollettieri and the Chris Evert, Robert Seguso one when it first opened. And I have to say, and this is a long time ago, that it felt a bit like a meat market. It was kind of like a lot of kids there. Some were paying full price, some were getting it for free, but it just seemed like it was as many people as you could get into the academy, paying as much as you could, and they weren't really that bothered about the individual. But the Rafa Nadal Academy, from what I've heard and read and all the people I've asked, it seems like a completely different structure. Would you agree?
Yes, well, I mean, from Rafa Nadal Academy, I could say many good things, but for sure we cannot forget, first of all, who is the one who created. I mean, considering Rafa, if I cannot say best ever, one of the best ever, because I'm also fan of Djokovic and Federer, but for me Rafa, is a legend.
Yeah.
So after considering that he was the one who created, who with Tony there behind, then the facilities, and you said that you want to go, you should go and see, because the facilities there are amazing. We have more than 40 courts, the gyms, indoors, everything. And then that's why for us is a challenge to work there. We cannot do bad coaching there. We try to do our best every time. And yes, we have many plans. We have adults, we have kids, we have annuals, we have pros, and the academy is growing day by day. They also open academies everywhere in the world, is expanding. So yes, I mean, if you like tennis, I remember when Tony told me first time if I wanted to work there, and I told him that it's like you ask an astronaut, I don't know, a guy who wants to go to the moon, if he wants to work in NASA, no? So for sure, yes. And until now, I'm super happy to be part of the academy.
So that's where you're based. When did you start working at the Rafa Nadal Academy?
Since the beginning, a few months before they opened, we had some clinics, and we traveled to, if I don't remember, but to Egypt to Colombia to the States to New York. I mean, doing some clinics and starting developing the plan and everything.
Yeah, that's incredible. I know there's one in Kuwait, I think, because when I
And there is one in
commentated on the
Kuwait
Next
also, yeah.
Gen, which I've done for the last 3 years,
Yeah,
Rafa's a
yeah.
Saudi ambassador and often going out there afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Then we have
It's crazy.
one of the head coaches we had before, who is Nuno. Nuno
Yes.
Marquez is in charge of the academy there now. And yes, I mean, people and coaches, they move. Many of them they move to other academies or something. But me, I'm more than good in Mallorca, close to the friends and close to Tony. But yes, I mean, it's a really expanding, big expansion.
Incredible. So can you remember the first time you put eyes on Alex Eala, and perhaps tell us what you thought of her game at the time?
Well, at the beginning, as I said, I was coaching more boys.
Yep.
But for sure, as I told you, Nuno, the guy who is in Kuwait now, he was in charge of the girls, and he was responsible of the coaches Alex had in the academy. And I remember that just talking to Tony, that we had this Filipino girl playing so well, so competitive, but she was 14, I think. I mean, I think she was super young. I saw her practicing, but I didn't really get into, and I didn't really get into until the year I became the head coach of girls, So I saw her every day, but we had many players. We had 70 players. I had my players also. So I saw her practicing super, like, she's responsible, super professional, every morning with the warm up. This I remember, but not in terms of game plan or shots or technique. For that she had her own head coach.
And so when did you become full-time head coach then of Alex?
Well, that was, as I said, then I became the head coach of the girls, and I had two coaches in charge of her. I was not in charge of her like on court. It's true that I was with all the players, but you can imagine with 40 players, I mean, and she was traveling a lot. So I could not spend a lot of time with her, but yes, with the coaches, talking every day, because the coaches, I had very good relation with them, and we talk mostly every day with one or the other. That was 24, I guess.
Yes.
And last month of 24, one of the coaches changed. I mean, one of the coaches she had became the coach of another player from the academy. And Tony Nadal asked to the parents if they would be happy if I would get into more on court with Alex. So that was maybe, yeah, I mean, last month from 23, maybe from 24. So let's say January 25. Yeah.
And it's been an incredible rise, hasn't it, Joan? I mean, the Filipina, well, she's become a bit of a rock star. How are you handling all the fans? I mean, I don't think anyone was expecting this. Probably Alex herself wasn't expecting this, that she's not just a tennis player, she's now sort of a rock star.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. We could never think that this would be like this. I mean, we are super happy on the way, like the Filipino community and fans, they are there because, everywhere we go, they are there. This morning in the plane, we found few Filipinos. They went from Washington to see Alex in Toronto again. So yeah, and it's so nice to see how they really believe on her, how they really have this passion on the court when she's playing. I mean, the court in Toronto was full every day. It's amazing. I mean, for us, sometimes it's even though scary, because it's tough to have always the best level you can. You know how tennis works. And this week for Alex was a tough week because she won Washington.
Yeah.
She played the final on Monday. We just traveled Tuesday. Played. I mean, was not easy to handle, and I'm happy she could do very good 2 matches in the first 2 matches, first round and second round. Well, second round and third because she was sick.
That's right.
And well, until the last day that then she played better and she won.
It's been an amazing year. I'm just going to run through all the results. I think I was actually commentating on Auckland, and I think that was the first time I saw her, and you were there with her mum and dad. I remember that. She beat Vekic, Marcinko, and Magdalenette. So that was a semi-final in Auckland. Then she got to the quarterfinals of Manila, quarterfinals in Abu Dhabi, quarterfinals in Dubai. It's just incredibly consistent. Round of 16 in Indian Wells, round of 16 in Miami. Then we've got a third round in Rome on the clay. On the grass courts, she wins Birmingham, gets the round of 16 at Queen's Club, semi-final of Berlin, round of 16 at Wimbledon. Then comes the Washington title at 500 level, where she beats Pegula 6-love in the third. And as you said, she beat Alicia Parks and Katie McNally in Toronto before losing to Belinda Bencic. Could you have possibly imagined how good 2026 was going to be?
Well, I mean, we were positive because we did a very good preseason. December in Mallorca, and I have to say that I was super happy the way she played in New Zealand because she did, as you said, she won Becky, she won Marcinko, she won Linette, and she had match point against Wang in semifinals.
That's right.
And with a good level. I mean, the way she played, I was super happy. And also, I have to say that I still was like watching many things that we could improve. So I really, it's for sure that you never know where is your limit, no, or where you can achieve.
Yeah.
But I thought that if we could do the same level last year, same level, and we were lucky, we would be lucky in the weeks, because it's not the same when you are playing well in a small tournament than in a big tournament.
Sure.
So I told the team, like, because as you know, I work also with another coach, Sandro, and the fitness coach, Luke. And in the meetings, I always told them that if we do well in some specific weeks, I think we can even have a better rank than 50 because we finished the year top 50. We were 50 in that moment. And well, yes, it worked like that. I mean, for some reason, good matches, everything worked together until today.
That it's just an incredible rise. So you kind of had the feeling at the beginning, after the good preseason and the great start on the hard courts, that you thought that Alex might come to fruition. But would you have ever imagined she was going to be top 20? Because that's where the ranking is right now at the time of recording, top 20.
Well, I mean, ranking for me is only, I mean, ranking for sure is important when you have a career of 10 years. And you say, okay, I was, for example, Carlos Moya. No? Carlos Moya was top 10 during 5 years. He played 5 Masters. So his level is, he had the level of a top 10 player, number 1 in the world. I mean, now she's 20, but we will know if the ranking is 20 or is better or no. I mean, not now, no, maybe in 5 years or in 10 years. But yes, for sure, I knew we could be 20 because if you remember last year when she did final in Eastbourne,
yes,
she beat very good players and, I mean, pretty good matches. I mean, she beat Ostapenko. She beat no, now I don't remember all of them. No, but she beat very good players in 2 sets. And I always said, I mean, if you play the same level in a Grand Slam and you can win 3-4 matches, you are there. So
yes.
So yeah, we knew that we could do it, but as I said in Miami, we knew she could play well, but not winning like 6 or 5 matches in a row against 3 top 10, against Swiatek, against Pegula. Well, Pegula we lost, but she beat Ostapenko, she beat Madison Keys.
Yeah.
Same in Washington. I mean, Washington, I know she can win some matches for sure, But if you ask me, she can win the same week, day by day. King Wen, Leila, Pegula, Svitolina, and Osaka.
Crazy.
Maybe I would say, well, I wish, but let's see, no. So that's the most incredible for me of that week.
Yeah, I'm just reminding myself. So Eastbourne last year on the grass, Alex beat Sonmez, Hailey Baptiste, Lucia Bronzetti, Yelena Ostapenko, Diana Yastremska, and Varvara Gracheva. And she lost to Maya Joint 12 points to 10 in the final set tiebreaker. So just a whisker away from winning.
She beat Baptiste. That Baptiste now she's injured, and I wish she will have a fast recovery because she's an amazing player.
Yes.
And she beat her, and Baptiste was, I mean, I'm not sure if 30 or I don't know, but or better. So yes, I mean, she can beat these girls, but the way she did it sometimes is the most impressive for me.
Very good. What do you think Alex can get better at, and what do you think has been the biggest improvement this year?
Well, my plan or my idea is that she could improve everything. I mean, we can do many better things. I mean, since from serve, from return, from forehand, from backhand, from volley, from footwork, from endurance, from speed. I mean, that's the plan, no? But it's true that that all these things, they are a progression, a process, and that's why I know she can do it, because she really, with her, you really can appreciate the process. I mean, she knows how to learn. She knows how to introduce things in her tennis. She understands. I mean, we understand each other very good, so we have very good feelings, and she likes to practice and to have the goals. That's why I'm positive on that.
Very cool. Were you? We just got a picture of you up when Alex won Washington, and she came over to give you a big hug. What were your emotions at that point?
Well, I mean, it's like during the whole week, or well, the day before, or it's like you thinking you can do it, and you finally did it, you know. So she was super happy. She was super. It's also because it was her first WTA title. You know, winning these matches to these good players. I mean, that was she played super well. All the things we told, they worked. I mean, you know, that was the week who everything was on the line. You know, all the stars, they came together on the same line.
Yeah, that's a very nice way of saying it. And we've got a few quotes from Alex. She said, "Joan, who is here with me, is my confidant. I trust him a lot, as well as my team who's back home. And trust is such an important part of the coach-player relationship, isn't it?"
Yeah, well, I mean, but not only in one direction. I mean, both, because I also trust her a lot. I really think I really thought 2 years ago she could do it. You know, when you asked me before if I remember her first time when she was in the academy, I don't really remember her, but yes, I remember that I saw her one day, and I was talking to one of her coaches. She was 15, I think, and the coach was a player before. I mean, she really know how difficult it is, no? But she told me, no, it's going to be tough. And I said, and Alice was, I think, 14 or 15, and I said to her, for sure, this girl is impossible to not be top 100.
Okay.
This I remember I said it. But well, I mean, I also think some other players I coached that they can be top 100 and still they don't know. They are not top 100. They are in the process, but some of them, they are close. But with Alice, I had this feeling that top 100 for sure.
Yeah.
And well, then, as I said, if you improve, and that's why it's super important, the trust. No, if you don't trust with to the player or the that she can do it, it's tough. Imagine to be every day with someone that you don't really think she can do. You know, it's tough. It's tough. So I'm happy she trusts me, but I'm more happy that I trust her, because for me it's easier to work like that.
Yeah, definitely. You need to find that right coaching relationship because it's awfully difficult if you don't have the trust.
Yeah.
You've said about her
Yes.
game, when she feels good, she always brings out the best in herself. She has a lot of belief, and she has a lot of, I would say, competitive spirit in the right way. That's something I
Yeah.
think when you watch Alex, she is very much a competitor, but she's a very fair competitor.
Yeah. Well, this is also because she's a smart girl. I mean, when you are smart, I think it's easier to understand the simple things, and simple is to copy sometimes. And if you want to copy someone, if you ask me to who you would copy, I would say, well, try to copy or Rafa or Federer or Djokovic. Let's start with Rafa, but if you see him, he's competitive, he has good behave, he's super good on court, never complains. This is the only thing, it depends on you. Then to put the ball like 200 per hour on the line is more difficult, maybe. But to do what it depends on you is the only thing you can control. If you don't control this, you cannot control your forehand. So she's smart because she can deal with that.
I have to say that I found that really difficult because I have a very competitive nature. And I think you are born with that or you're not. You have it or you don't. But it's actually trying to contain it because tennis, like so many sports, is extremely frustrating. You know what you can do, but some days, and there's so many variables. Do you think that's built in Alex, that she has a calmness about her as well as this massive competitive drive?
Well, for sure, there is. I mean, some players or people who cannot manage. I mean, that's for sure because not everyone is same. But also, when you're young, I think you can work on that. And I'm
Yes.
sure that Alice was a super respectful player. She was coached by her grandpa, and she had a lot of respect of the grandpa. So that also helped. And then, as I said, yes, she's smart. She understands that to be competitive doesn't mean to behave bad. I mean, and to be competitive is not I need to win today because I need to win. No, maybe you lost today because the other one did better, or because you had bad luck. I remember when she lost in Eastbourg, she was destroyed after the match. She was crying. I mean, she was crying a lot. And I told her, don't worry. I mean, you will win some matches with match point down, and you will lose some with match point up. And this is tennis. And if you are able to play like this, for sure you will do it. So the problem is many of them, they don't do it again. So Alex,
Yes.
until today, we have to say that she's super competitive. She tries every point. She never gives up. And that's the thing also that nowadays the youngs, I mean, they have less. I mean, they have more frustration, or frustration comes faster. So she's able to play every point same. So that's also a thing that you can copy with Rafa or Djokovic.
Yeah.
If you watch Djokovic matches, I think you cannot say if he is winning or losing in the game or something because he's the same way at every point. No? So
Do you
well,
think?
all these
Yeah,
things
carry
helps.
on.
No, I mean all these things that when sometimes when you ask me, you thought that Alex could arrive. We cannot only think that in tennis is only forehand or backhand or serve or volleys. All these things we are talking about also, we have to introduce these things also in the level of the player, you know.
Do you think some of that her sort of maturity on court, a little bit like Rafa, comes from home life? Like you said, I didn't realize that Alex in the early days was taught by her grandpa. I know her mum and dad travel with her. They seem quite calm. Does that help? And what are Alex's parents actually like?
Well, yes, I have to say that the parents, I have a good relationship with them. I mean, they are super nice parents, and they just support and support. They never, I mean, they try, and the dad played a bit like just for fun, And also the brother, I coached the brother for 1 year. The brother was a good player also. Yeah, he went college and now he's working. I mean, he finished. And yes, the parents are helpfully with Alex because they are a family who they spend a lot of time together. And I think that's good for Alex also on the way before the day before or when there are tough matches, they always support. And I feel it's true that like uh, Alex is 21 now, and when you are young, you think you can deal without parents, and it's better without the parents. But Alex prefer them to be with them here, and well, they are flying now to Cincinnati after 3 weeks together alone, and we are super happy to meet them again, and we want to go dinner to celebrate Washington. So we try to do pretty normal and super like not like tennis wise, more like normal
Yeah.
family.
Normal family. That's nice. So she's
Yeah,
actually having a life
yeah,
outside tennis. Because I think with tennis,
yeah.
we know, you particularly know how many hours these athletes have to put into the game and how intense and focused and strict with so many things they have to be. But I'd imagine you're going to tell me that you want your players to actually have fun as well and enjoy their lives and maybe go and see a few things and hang out with their friends and be a 21-year-old woman as well as being a professional tennis player.
Exactly. And this is also new for Alex because many youngs they think that it's not good to have fun or to do something like it's not on tennis related. For example, in Berlin, I remember Alex asked me to go to a concert or something like that, and she was expecting that I would say like, no, you cannot go. You play tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I said for sure you have to go.
Oh,
But you don't get mad. You don't get mad. And I say I will get mad if you don't run tomorrow. I mean, you can go anywhere. Don't worry. And she was super happy. And it was her first concert. And well, and the week in Berlin was super good also. So yes, everything is new. But for sure, I mean, with Moya, I learned that you can have almost a normal life, and you can be a good tennis player for sure.
wow. Okay. That's really, really good to hear. And just last couple of questions. You've been very generous with your time. How good can Alex be, do you think? Are you somebody who kind of looks to the future or you like to keep it day by day?
Well, for me, I have to say that this question, she one day after one match, she was upset because she lost, and she told me, "But if I do this, because I was trying to telling her, I mean, but Alex, stop, forget, that's it. We play tomorrow again, or we come tomorrow, we practice, and next tournament is okay." And she was crying, and she told me, "Well, like this, I will not be good, and you are asking me how good she will be." No, so for me, and I will tell you what I told her. And I told her like I said, Alex, for me you are already good. For me, Alex is very good. But the question is how good she can be. No one knows. No one knows. I mean, what's for sure is there are now today 19 players with better ranking, and for sure mostly not maybe not all of them. I don't know because I don't know, but many of them they are better because there are many they won Grand Slams. But also there are some players behind that they won Grand Slams. There are other behinds that they are going up and they are youngs. So this is not the question for me. The question or the goal is how many years, how many matches, or how many tournaments she will give her best like now. So this for me is the only goal. If tomorrow we play and we will lose, but we do a good match, that's not a bad thing. It's part of the game. I'm sure if
Yeah.
she plays well, she can even though go a bit more, and then you see when she was 50, I was like feeling far from the 20s. Now she's 20. you see closer the top 10. No, I mean,
Yeah.
But it's not the goal. The goal is always to be a bit better, like than the year before. And if you do that, most probably your ranking will be almost the same or better.
Yeah. I think that's a really
So,
positive way to look about it, because that's the only thing you can control, isn't it? It's how hard you work
exactly.
and what you
Exactly.
do on the court. I was actually
Exactly.
interested in the Bencic match because Bencic is coached by a guy called Ian Hughes, who was my coach from
really?
13 to 16. And
Good
I
guy.
thought Bencic would play a really good match there because she
Yeah.
loves almost to prove people wrong. So she would have liked the crowd to be against her. I think she's a little bit like Novak in that she takes somebody or a few people and she gets really revved up, and the more you can kind of up the competitive level, the more she likes it. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I have to say that I didn't know her a lot. I'm also new on the tour. I mean, I was on the tour with the boys with Moya for 7 years, but then I stopped these 5 years that I was in Mallorca, and then I started with the girls now, and some of them we still haven't played, and we never played or practiced with her before.
Okay.
So yeah, I was surprised the way she like faced the pressure, and she's a good competitor.
Yeah.
I think she likes to play with lefties, because I read that she won last 10 matches with lefties.
Yes. Correct.
And I think the plan they had for the match, I think, was pretty good. So I know the coach, and for sure he's a very good coach because he did a very good plan also.
Yeah.
So congrats to her, and she was better than us that much. She's better than us today because she's 14 or 12, and she won Olympics and 2 Masters 1000. So
Yeah.
I have to say that she's better than us until today. But also Alex, I think mentally she was not. She was ready, but she was a bit tired. Not physically, because looks physically she could be tired. I think it was more mentally, because
Yes.
the week before to deal with many people. Because it's true that when you win, the crowd and the people help a lot,
Yes.
But
That's a
when
really good point.
lose, you have to win, and you are not winning. And she had the game was for all in the first set. She did use 2 points, like she was a bit unlucky on the 4-all advantage for Bencic. She framed one ball, and then it was like then went super fast everything, because I think we were not fully recovered mentally from that match. And Bencic experience, good plan, good serve. I mean, she likes lefties, good backhand. I mean, was tough for Alex that day. I mean, I think we had not many chances after the first set.
Okay, I think Bencic definitely has the best drive volley or swinging volley in the game, men or women.
Well, I think Bencic, from the baseline to the net, I think she's one of the best.
Agreed.
She plays a lot between shots. I mean, what she does when she hits the forehand, so the ball goes to the other side and the ball comes back, during that period of time, I think she's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you. And of course, beautifully coached in the early days by Melanie Molitor, mother and coach of Martina Hingis, who also worked with a lot of other top players.
I can find out, because the way she plays, she uses a lot the open stand.
Yes.
So from both sides, even though the ball's from the middle, she tries to move open stand. And this started or became popular with Martina Hingis. So yes, I realized because I still see last years I saw some juniors who were coached also with the same coaches, and they were like same technique. Yeah. So yes.
Yes. It's very, very unique. Last couple of questions, Joan. What do you like most about coaching, and do you like the traveling? I suppose what's the best and worst parts of coaching?
Well, I have to say that I prefer before more than now to be at home. I'm more a guy. I like to be at home. But as I said, with the parents and with the family, it's nice to travel because they take care of me super good. I have them like a family also, so it's super nice for me. I don't feel like I'm far from home when I travel with Alex. So I started enjoying a lot. So I know the places now better. Before I was super young, now it's different. I mean, I'm happy. Also, it's not the same to travel future, because I've been traveling future challengers, under 18s, G100, G200, G300. There are many levels, under 14s. So, I mean, I enjoy. It's not the same to go to I don't know, US Open, Cincinnati, Washington, or Toronto, than to go to sometimes to some futures. So that's why I'm trying to enjoy it, and to do my best.
Oh, you're doing a magnificent job. If you could tell us, perhaps, last question, the 3 most important attributes that a good coach needs.
Well, I mean, first of all, you need passion. Passion is crucial for me, because you need to really, well, as I said, you need to trust, and you really need to think that you can win always. So you cannot not even think that you can win. So passion is the first. Then good communication would be the second. And I don't know what else. I don't know. You should like coaching. For example, if you coach kids, it's good that you really like to when they learn.
Yes.
Because sometimes I found many coaches that they love tennis, but they don't like kids. So they get pissed because nowadays it's tough to coach, because the kids are super different than before.
Yeah.
If you are not ready for that, you cannot be a good coach. That's for sure. If you
So a
don't
lot
have
of patience.
Yeah, a lot. A lot means that, and to not have a lot of ego, because
Yes.
I found many ego in the coaches also sometimes, that because the player thinks different, maybe they feel like I don't know, they feel like they are doing something wrong. And I never had this problem in my life. I always tell to Alex, when sometimes Alex tells me, I think we had to do it this way, I tell her the same thing always. Do it this way. I know how it will work, but you have to know it. You still don't know.
Yeah.
And that's it. I can explain you one thing she told me before the match with Benchik. And she texted me 2 hours before the match. She texted me and she said, "I'm destroyed." And I texted her back and I said, "Don't worry, in 3 hours you won't be better." So that's the feeling you need to have with the player, because the reality is that on court and with Benchik, how good she is, I don't think you will be better. And she was right. She was destroyed. No.
Yeah.
But I don't think I don't like to fight with the player. I don't like to. I think it's important to go on the same page, to have a lot of, passion, patience, and to really trust the player.
Yeah, and the communication as well.
Yeah,
Joan, you've been so
communication.
very kind with your time. I think you are a mastermind on court. You're just so relaxed, modest. You have no ego at all. It's all about the player, it seems like, and you've done a fabulous job with Alex. So a huge congratulations. I hope Cincinnati goes okay weather-wise, and I will see you at the US Open. I'm very much looking forward to catching up again in person. Thank you so much.
For sure. For sure. Thanks a lot. And thanks to everyone who will see this video. I hope they will like it.
I'm sure they will. They'll be listening, I'm sure, over and over again to get all your wisdom and insight. Joan Bosch, thank you very much for being on Diary of a Professional Tennis Coach.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.